Senator Bill Monning has graciously agreed to be here today, and I wanted to ask him to say a few words. He's also in his re-election campaign this year, so it's a real opportunity for us to work together. And he's someone that
Here for Jane Parker. Thank you all for being here for Jane Parker. You know, the climate in our country right now is toxic, and it went from being something that seemed like humorous to now something that's very frightening. And part of it is vilifying elected representatives for the simple fact that they've stepped up to represent us in government. And it is so toxic, the denigration of our political process. It's going to filter into our local elections, our state elections, and it's important that we stand up with confidence, with intention, and with boldness to support people like Jane Parker, to continue representing the people and doing it with integrity and with purpose. Since Jane has been in the Board of Supervisors, she has brought a new level of transparency to county government. She's got the agendas put up on the internet in advance so the people that are represented can see what our county government is doing. And while that sounded like, well, that was a good campaign pledge, Jane did it. And it wasn't just a matter of doing it, it was a matter of moving a recalcitrant bureaucracy to accept it. You know, Jane has been often a voice of one, a voice of two. She's fought for Natividad Medical Center and was the champion of getting safety net services before the full enactment of the Affordable Care Act to provide health care services to the backbone of our workforce in Monterey County, farm workers and hospitality. Fought for labor rights. She's fought for prevailing wage here on Fort Ord and throughout Monterey County. She's fought for decent, good contracts for county employees. And she's fought for women and for children and for the voiceless in Monterey County. They don't get any better than Jane Parker. So, as you know, Jane and I have collaborated before either of us were in elected office. We worked together at the Action Council and on other fronts before that. Her worked with Planned Parenthood. Jane was road tested before she ran for election. She's been highway tested since being elected. And she's going to be cosmically tested in her next term. We are so lucky to have Jane Parker representing us. We have such coincidence in our shared principles, our shared values, our care for protecting our local environment, building and protecting living wage jobs, and stepping up for those without voice, particularly the growing number of homeless, the growing number who not only suffer from homelessness, but a diagnosis of mental illness. And those aren't necessarily voters, and they're certainly not campaign contributors, but they are absolutely dependent, not just on us, but on everybody in this room. And so this gathering this morning, it's a testament to people's recognition of Jane's attributes, of her leadership, and our shared commitment to make sure she is reelected. And what we know is that people who stand on principle often face very unprincipled attacks. This is going to be a bloody campaign, and we have to stand up for the integrity of the process, the integrity of this candidate, and be there to have Jane's front, to have Jane's back, to have her sides, And I'm here to pledge my support for Jane Parker, to thank you for your pledge of support for Jane Parker. And I look forward to walking precincts with Jane and with many of you. We're going to build this county to be the county, not only the one we want to live in, but the one that we want to pass on to our children and grandchildren. So thank you all for being here. Thank you for being here.